we're all different. And I think that's a big reflection of my art. It's just that balance that, you know, I can be blue and she can be red, but there's some type of equality within it. It's like we both kind of seem to fit in the same places, just reverse roles. It's just love. I control what love is for me. And to me, love is my work. My name is Kahiem Archer, and I am an artist. I make my living being an artist. I'm known for doing portraits. So my day-to-day probably entails like going to some party or event or hopping on some train or chilling at some cafe and kind of like capturing the people and the environment around me, whether I'm being asked to or not. It's been my way to kind of share my talent with the people. And then, but long before that, I've always been painting and drawing. Art was my home education. It was the way my father kind of taught us his life, his culture. I grew up with about 6 siblings. He taught us a little music. He taught us like his talents, his like, look at the little things I can draw. Let me see if you can do it. Before you can actually put together words, we was like putting together images on paper with our, you know, parents at the dinner room table. I'm Haitian American, but both of my parents came from Haiti. Well, they came for similar reasons, for better life, for different version of a life. My father came more so for like education, so he came with his brothers. He left his mother. They were supposed to like create opportunities here and send back for her. She passed away shortly after. My mom, she came into like another family that wasn't really hers, and she's a lot younger, so she's like, you know, rushing to get out that house and get out that situation. Haiti is a very unstable place. Their conditions are so rough. Their conditions are so harsh. So when they come here, it's like they look at it as like a luxury. And I think that's what it means to be an immigrant for me. Like, I don't have that experience of it being so rough and so but I have that spirit in me passed on to my parents, and they were immigrants in New York. My mom was doing hair, my father was driving taxi here and there, so it's always been that type of energy in my house where people are creating new ways, and it's also been a place where it was communal. I lived in a Haitian building. I lived in a building with a bunch of people from the same culture, from the same neighborhood, so it was like an open door policy kind of. So I've juggled the needs of like my society and my people and my family and my friends. I ended up studying graphic design and advertising, and then I went and worked for the city. The last year working for them, I got a mentor where I didn't agree with the politics, collected unemployment, became an artist. It took me a while to stop complaining about the things that I didn't like and start creating a plan for the things that I did. After the unemployment, I would do artwork, I would bring it out to shows, try to sell it that way. I did one really big show called Colored, and it was the first pieces were literally people that I admired. I've had memories where people have fed me and took me off the train. Money's cool, but it's just like, it's cool to see the want and the need and the like desire for something. Having that challenge of trying to get the seller, just trying to get their attention or just trying to catch them before they miss their stop. I became addicted. That's all I needed. I think colors also play a deep part I've watched in people. Everyone has their favorite colors. Everyone has their things that they tend to. It's like a spiritual language. Everything with me is black and white, and sometimes so much more complicated than that. So I'm just a very colorful person. I want to see the bigger picture. I keep on trying to zoom out, and that's what my art is. It's a showing of the repetitiveness of when you're zooming out. You're just thinking light speed when I'm thinking in colors. The patterns, the repetition is beautiful. I painted a lot of faces. I would go home, look at my Instagram, see how many people tag me. Fun to get up close and have the subject appreciate you and itself, and it's just a bouncing around of the energy. It's like you do the work, you share it, you do the work, you share it. I guess my family coming here and their story and their history in Haiti and in America and the path they laid down and the routes that they've taken, it's given me the love and acceptance and an understanding for everything that they've done. So that, you know, that fashions you. My American dream is to be able to create and do as I please to kind of sustain myself and my family in their future. Art, to me, it's like, I think the future is just purposing it. Like right now, I found a way to make people smile at parties and events. I found a way to decorate people's environments and homes and stuff like that. And I think my motto or my mission is to do that in such a way where it frees people. It's all about freedom at the end of the day.